Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. 4 people die in Bake's Narayanapur due to fever. 15 more with fever reported to be in serious condition. 4 more Nepalese die fighting for Russia in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. So far, 43 deaths have been confirmed of Nepalese in the Russian army. Israel's Labour Court orders the end to a general strike, demanding that the government agree a deal to secure release of hostages held by Hamas. And Nepal's Bhim Bahadur Kamal exits Paris Paralympics from the heat round, ending Nepal's participation at the event. China leads the medal tally. 4 people have died in Bake's Narayanapur due to fever. 3 of the deceased are from the same family. All 4 of them also had reported of diarrhea. 2 of them had returned from India after treatment before they died, and 2 others had been receiving treatment at Narayanapur. The deceased are 36-year-old Usha Devi Paswan, 1-year-old Nandani Paswan, 72-year-old Shanti Devi, and 12-year-old Sukhiya Alishesh. Usha and Shanti had passed away on 30th of August and Nandani and Sukhiya on Sunday. 15 more with fever are reported to be in serious condition. They have also reported of headache and are suspected to be suffering from other issues. The number of deaths of Nepalese in the Russian army fighting in the Russia-Ukraine war has climbed to 43, as 4 more deaths have been confirmed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Based on the data of 24th of June, the deaths stood at 34. However, 2 deaths, that of Sanjog Acharya and Naveen Shahi, was confirmed after that. As of latest update, the ministry has confirmed the death of Bimal Limbu, Vikram Chaudhary, Dom Bahadur Ali and Suhas Thapa. Ministry sources say additional deaths are being inquired upon, if any. The ministry has also said Russia has requested for DNA of 56 more Nepalese to identified bodies that have been unidentifiable because of explosions. This means the total number of deaths could likely increase. Russian army has been illegally recruiting Nepalese for its war on Ukraine that began on February 24, 2022. Although the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a release to inform of any deaths in the initial days, it has yet to do so in recent time. Meanwhile, 174 Nepalese have made it back home safely with the coordination of the ministry and embassy. The Nepal government has been corresponding with the Russian government regarding the status of Nepalese in the Russian army. However, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been dodging having to give answers and pointing towards the Ministry of Defense. In the meantime, 7 Nepalese recruited by the Russian army are still held by Ukraine army. Moving on, former Prime Minister and CPN Maoist Center Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal has warned that the current coalition government of CPN-UML and Nepali Congress could face the fate of Bangladesh government led by Sheikh Hasina if the alliance partners showed arrogance of their 2/3 majority. He's also said that the US was behind the toppling of his own and Hasina's government in Bangladesh. It's the primary role of the opposition to hold the government accountable. Pushpa Kamal Dahal, the leader of the main opposition, has been busy throwing blames on ruling parties. This, analysts say, could be Dahal expressing his frustration since losing his government. He has also aired statements that analysts say intend to provoke the public. On 27th of August, when addressing the parliament for the first time in 1 month since leaving the government, Dahal alleged the current government of exhibiting arrogance of 2/3 majority. Hinting towards Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Dahal warned the government could face a fate similar to that of Sri Lanka and Bangladesh.
Sri Lanka ma raja pakshaji संख्याको संकटले बाहिरिनु भएको हो र बंगलादेशको पार्लियामेन्ट र त आवामी लीग र त्यही गठबन्धनको एकलौटी प्रतिनिधित्वको 1 पार्टी पार्लियामेन्ट भनिन्थ्यो। त्यो थियो अस्ति जनवरीको निर्वाचनको परिणाम। हाम्रो भन्दा 13 महिना कान्छो पार्लियामेन्ट। तपाईहरु जोडतोडको 2/3 को घमण्डमा हुनुहुन्छ भने यो घमण्डबाट बिउजिनुहोस्। जनताको विवेकको अवमूल्यन नगर्नुहोस्।
2 days after addressing the parliament in the capacity of leader of the main opposition, Dahal repeated the same statement.
दुई तिहाईको अहंकार गर्नुभयो भने बंगलादेश र श्रीलंका सम्झिनुहोस् भनेर अस्ति सम्झाएको मात्रै छु हाम्रो पार्टीको तर्फबाट। अब उहाँहरूले अलि बढी गर्नु, हामी सडकमा आउँछौँ।
On 30th of August in Surkhet, Dahal once again warned of protesting at both the parliament and at streets if the current government failed to control corruption and irregularities.
यदि बेथिति र भ्रष्टाचारलाई बचाउने कोसिस गरियो भने हामी सदनमा पनि चाहिँ सशक्त ढंगले प्रस्तुत हुन्छौं, जरुरी पर्यो भने सडकमा पनि जान्छौं।
Dahal also raised question on the 7-point agreement between CPN-UML and Nepali Congress.
सरकार हटाउनको लागि त्यो बैठक भएका घर हेर्नुस्, घरका मालिक हेर्नुस्, हस्ताक्षर कहाँ गएर गर्नुभयो, कसको घर हो त्यो घरका मालिक हेर्नुस्, हस्ताक्षर गरेको समय हेर्नुस्।
Dahal, analysts say, tends to take any hint of constitution amendment as regressive. During the standing committee meeting of his party, he had also expressed anger at the United States of America for allegedly being behind the falling of his government. He also said that the Bangladesh government led by Sheikh Hasina had been toppled by the US. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you why are ruling and opposition parties focused on blame games instead of service delivery and issues of public concern. 73% voted for option A, ruling parties' vested interest, 9% for B, apathy to priority issues, and 18% for C, lack of awareness. And here's today's question. What's your take on recent remarks by Maoist Center Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal? Your options are A, frustrations of having to leave the government, B, to quell party cadres, and C, unbridled statements. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked in several provinces what should be done to control skyrocketing inflation. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
महँगीलाई कन्ट्रोल गर्ने प्रशासनले हो।
नेताहरू चाहिँ कुर्सीमा बसेका छन्, अब जनताले के भएको छ भनेर उनीहरु घर दैले आवाज उठाउन पर्यो।
उत्पादन र बजारीकरणको एक्सिसमा चाहिँ राज्यको पहुँच डाइरेक्टली गराइदिनु पर्यो।
सरकारले र स्थानीय सरकारहरूले चाहिँ ध्यान दिनु पर्ने कुरा हो।
सबैभन्दा पहिला त सरकारले लाग्नुपर्छ।
स्वदेशमै उत्पादन गरेर स्वदेशी मूल्यमा नै बिक्री वितरण गर्न सक्यो भने त्यो जतिको मूल्य निर्धारण गर्नलाई अथवा मूल्य न्यूनीकरण गर्नलाई चाहिँ अरु उपाय छैन।
सामूहिक बहिष्कार गर्यो भने मात्रै चाहिँ यो मध्यस्थकर्ताका रूपमा भूमिका खेल्ने व्यापारीहरू चाहिँ अलि बढी चाहिँ टुङ्गामा आउँछन् कि भन्ने पनि लाग्छ।
नियन्त्रण गर्नलाई त के गर्ने, नियन्त्रण गर्ने सरकार केही छैन, हात केही गर्न सक्दैन।
वस्तुहरूको एउटा मूल्यहरूको सूचीकृत हुनु पर्यो।
बजार अनुगमन चाहिँ महत्त्वपूर्ण पार्ट हो।
जनता अगाडि उठेर आएर नारा जुलुस नलागिकन अब यो महँगी नियन्त्रण हुन्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ।
सरकारले यहाँको स्थानीय व्यापारलाई प्रोत्साहन गर्नु पर्यो।
स्थानीय उत्पादनहरूलाई सरकारले ध्यान दिनु पर्यो र इम्पोर्ट गर्ने वस्तुको मूल्यलाई अनुगमन गर्नु पर्यो।
किसानलाई सब्सिडी दियो भने, व्यापारीहरूलाई ब्याज दरमा सहुलियत घटायो भने एकदम राम्रो हुन्छ र महँगाई पनि कम हुन्छ।
करलाई चाहिँ अलिक कम धेरै नै कम गर्नुपर्छ, अनि मात्र महँगी चाहिँ सस्तोमा जान सक्छ।
Share market index NEPSI has increased by 127.32 points today and settled at 2,823.25 points. Transactions exceeded 13.10 billion rupees, higher than yesterday's 10.51 billion. The highest growth was witnessed in the finance group. The share prices for banking, hotel and tourism, hydropower and life insurance groups also went up today. The Ministry of Finance is to provide a conditional loan of 600 million rupees to Dairy Development Corporation, for which it has given permission to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development to propose for the same at the Council of Ministers. The corporation will have to use the amount to clear the due payments of farmers. In the ongoing fiscal year, the corporation has been allocated 10 million rupees under loan investments, to which 590 million rupees will be added from the budget allocated to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. The government will invest the amount as loan on the corporation once the proposal is approved by the Council of Ministers. Dairy farmers have been staging protest, saying that the corporation had not cleared their due amounts. Representatives of the Ministry of Finance, Agriculture and the corporation had held several rounds of talks regarding the due payments. Let's move on to international update. A general strike disrupted industry, services and education across parts of Israel as demands for the government to agree a ceasefire deal and bring remaining captives home from Gaza grew. Monday's general strike, called by the country's largest labor union, Histadrut, was aimed at disrupting sectors of the economy, including banking and healthcare, and shutting down the country's main airport and education institutions. The action was prompted by the discovery on Sunday of the bodies of 6 of the 250 or so captives taken by Hamas on October 7 last year. About 100 were released under a truce in November, while several have since died. Huge rallies were held on Sunday, calling on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to secure a ceasefire deal that would bring the remaining captives home. Both Israel and Hamas claim that the other side is blocking an agreement. U.S. President Joe Biden is reported to be working on what U.S. sources have branded a final proposal deal in another apparent effort to raise the pressure. The Hostages and Missing Families Forum said the death of the 6 was a direct result of Netanyahu's failure to secure a deal to halt the fighting and bring their loved ones home. Children came to be vaccinated against polio for the second day in Gaza's Deir al-Balah today in a campaign led by the UN and in collaboration with Palestinian health authorities after a baby was partially paralyzed last month by the type 2 polio virus, the first such case in the territory in 25 years. The campaign began on Sunday in areas of central Gaza and will move to other areas in the coming days, and fighting was due to pause for at least 8 hours on 3 consecutive days. At the end of the first day, the territory's health ministry said at least 72,611 children had taken the vaccine. Israel and Hamas, who have so far failed to conclude a deal that would end the war, said they would cooperate to allow the campaign to succeed. WHO officials said at least 90% of the children need to be vaccinated twice with 4 weeks between doses for the campaign to succeed. But it faces huge challenges in Gaza, which has been largely destroyed by the war. Hundreds of locals in Vijayawada, a city in India's southern state of Andhra Pradesh, were left stranded after flash floods triggered by heavy rains inundated vast areas. Residents were forced to wade through waist-high waters on flooded roads as rescue teams deployed on inflatable boats tried to save as many as possible, but some said there was not enough assistance. In a visit to the flood-affected areas, Chief Minister of the Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu, said they were making effort to help those affected after the unexpected calamity. Although forecasts suggest a cyclonic depression off the southern Andhra Pradesh coast will weaken, heavy rains are still expected to batter the southern Indian coastal districts in the next 24 hours. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.